Blessed morning, Vibe Student Entertainment. We're there. This morning, we're there with Martha. Because my car mash up, so I drive to work. But anyway, people, when we come to talk about Bob Marley movie, it get the internet wild. We see a lot of Jamaican, them feelings right now, because Ziggy Marley get almost a Trinidad man for play the role of Bob. You see, before me comment on him, I like we ask the lady here.
What?
About what you think about the son of Bob Marley using another black brother, African, but not a Jamaican.
Right.
You understand? Because if he did use a white guy, then it would be a problem, big problem. You understand? If they did make up a white guy from Hollywood and make him look like Bob, the internet would break into.
What do you think if they had picked an American man of Jamaican descent? Do you think they would be equally as upset?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Do you understand what I mean? Like, I understand. Okay, I understand that, especially in this day and age, when it comes to Hollywood, people are very vocal about there aren't necessarily a lot of parts for people in certain situations, especially people who are darker skinned, people with disabilities. This idea that like you shouldn't play a disability if you don't have the disability, right? Or playing deaf if you're not really deaf. Like, where is it? Where does the line? Where do you when do you cross the line? And I know
even if you make up a woman to be a heavier set to play a big mama or something like that, it's a problem.
Get someone smaller, and like
if a small woman use makeup or body,
right. So it's all
that.
of this, right? Now I do understand the point that people are making, right? As in, like, come on, that part would be perfect for somebody who already has those characteristics. Why would you take it away from people who have those characteristics?
Okay, but
you made a point earlier that sometimes when you're casting a movie, you want who you feel fits the role the best.
Exactly.
And when it comes to this movie, it's obviously not the look of the person that people are upset about, right?
Yeah, because this man looked like Bob.
Right.
Yeah, this man fit almost everything. It was a good pick for me.
It's simply that his passport says
Trinidad. I think it's Trinidad. I'm not quite sure, but I think that's what the internet is saying.
But
this
either
man
way,
is
it sounds like
a Jamaican.
It's not Jamaican.
Yeah, this man is not a Jamaican. And I hear people getting vocal, like telling them to.
It happens. Look, but I'm sure that it happens across the board. If you had a Norwegian man playing a German in an American movie, you think Germans would be upset?
Must be. I'm not quite sure. Because this world, you cannot please this world, you understand? And
well, okay, listen, people are always going to be upset about something. But sometimes they make a valid point. Sometimes they go a little bit too far, okay?
Yeah.
You can't ask people to just accept whatever.
Let me tell you something.
Because then you have a complacent world that puts up with things that are not okay.
Now, let me tell you something about my people, my country, Jamaica, right? You see, if they did get a Jamaican man to play that role, I promise you that man will be showing up on set late, disrespecting them, all kind of. It would be one of the most difficult person to work with ever, because once most Jamaican, when they feel like you cannot live without them, you're not dark. Come on, man, you're kind of dark. Because they're gonna give it to you. They're gonna be the most difficult person because they feel like they're all the way up here.
Well, and listen, I don't know that much about the casting process.
No, that's what I'm telling you about my people. No, I know my people.
But what I'm saying is I don't know that much about the casting process for film. But I do know that in a lot of cases they want you to maybe have some. Sometimes they want to cast an unknown.
The easiest person to work with. I believe that is the
to be honest, I think it depends.
Yeah.
And that's because you need something to bring people in, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's a big name. Sometimes the big names are maybe more difficult to work with. But they also probably have more experience. Yeah. But in this particular film, they're making a biopic. They're making a movie about a real person's life.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a lot of things that they want to get in. Now, when you make a movie, even a biopic, you have creative license. There's always going to be some stuff that maybe it didn't happen exactly like that, but it makes the movie more watchable.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they don't put everything in because there's things that are not really necessary to the narrative of the story.
Yeah.
It's only a movie.
But I haven't seen the movie yet, and we're gonna have to.
So,
I would love to watch it.
Yeah, we should watch it. We should watch it and see,
Yeah.
you know, how we feel about it. I don't know really too much about the movie.
No, I want to see it. I just see like tiny clips, you know, like advertisement.
Yeah.
But I want to see the whole thing, and then we can make a real review.
Right.
But as far as I can see,
Yeah.
it looks like this man play a good role. You understand?
Right,
Whether he's
okay.
from Trinidad,
And-
whether he's from Africa.
And presumably they had a casting process. They
Yeah.
didn't just pick the first guy who walked in.
Yeah.
And don't forget, when you're casting a movie, it's not only about is this person the best for the role. It's also how do they interact with the other actors that
Yeah.
are going to be in the movie. How's the chemistry for the correct actors? You know, you want to be able to create feeling. And the thing is, you can't do that with just anyone. That's
Yeah.
the way that casting processes
Yeah, because,
work. That's the way that movies work. But can I just say something? I'm a big lover of cinema. I'm also a big lover of theatre. And there's something in theatre that I notice that's kind of happening a bit more sometimes, not so much in films these days, but in some series. Do you know, there's a series, now I haven't actually watched it, I don't know the story, it's not my kind of thing, but there's a series called Bridgerton. It's a British series, and in that series, it's a period drama, so it's set back in time, and I can't remember the year now, but like queens and courts and royalty and class stature and a lot, right? And they use actors of all different races, even though it was not that mixed in that society at the time, in that level of society, right? But they do it because, like the theatre show Hamilton did. You know Hamilton? Okay. So Lin-Manuel Miranda read a biography of a man called Alexander Hamilton, who was one of the founding fathers of America. He was an immigrant, and he was very instrumental in writing a lot of the Constitution, a lot of things, right? Now, the theatre show that he wrote with music, it's very sort of hip-hoppy, and when they cast the show, they cast it in a multiracial way, right? And a lot of people were saying, like, it's interesting because it's the story of America then told by the people of America now, what America was like now, right?
Yeah.
And in theatre, on the stage, we forgive as people the miscasting in a way, the historical accuracy miscasting or the familial miscasting of race. When you go to a live show and you see the portrayal of a family where the race of the child doesn't totally match the race of the parents on the stage, you don't care. It's theatre.
Yeah.
You forgive it, right? Because you want the illusion, right? And when it comes to theatre, because it's a live show, 8 times a week, you need the best of the best, right? You need the person who's going to portray this role the best, right?
Yeah.
And who's going to be consistent at rehearsals, consistent on show nights. That's what you need.
That's
We forgive it much more on stage, but when it comes to cinema, on screen, in movies,
different.
we don't forgive it so much. We
Yeah.
say, hey, except for there was a Cinderella movie, you know, many years ago, starring Brandy as Cinderella, and the prince is Asian, and his father is white, and his mother is Whoopi Goldberg. We don't care about that. It was a fairy tale, and we enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
But sometimes people get upset. They're like, hey, you can't do that. So I'm
People
just
so
saying,
sensitive, man.
sometimes I wonder if people just want to complain, but sometimes I think you feel slighted. To be honest, if they made a biopic movie about a Norwegian man, and they cast a bunch of Swedes, I'd probably be a little bit like, what? You couldn't find one Norwegian actor?
No, like me, like
You
honestly,
know?
I'm just looking at the quality of the movie, and if it's a
But
good movie,
that's the thing.
I don't care if they use animal to
Right.
make it.
But you understand what I mean? Is
Yeah.
listen, we all have reactions to things. It's what you do about it.
Yeah.
I understand that you might want your country represented in that way, not
Yeah.
just in the character in the movie, but in the actor. You want to see it. If you're
Yeah.
from Jamaica and this is a movie about Bob Marley, you want it infused.
Yeah,
You want it infused
one of my
with things from
favorite
Jamaica. But at the
blogger.
same time-
Hold on, give me a second. One of my favorite blogger
Yeah.
called Pretty Dan, the hybrid, the one I show you, the one with the with the barn with.
It's a hermaphrodite.
Yeah, hermaphrodite. That's my favorite.
It's not called hermaphrodite. Can't call it that anymore.
Well,
Not allowed to call it that
hold on,
anymore.
we're not gonna get into she and what, but
Excuse me, this is going on the internet. I know that it's. I'm pretty sure it's referred to them as intersex.
But that's one of my favorite bloggers. Yes, and I listen to Pretty Dan every day.
Yep.
And Pretty Dan is one of the person who come out and point out a lot of things that is going on in the culture.
Yeah.
Not in the most articulate way,
Okay.
but aggressive.
Okay.
Yeah,
Makes the point, though.
But Pretty Dan always come and she was like, if Jamaican make a mistake, she beat them. If Jamaican do something good, she applauds them. You understand? So
Well, she's a champion for her people. That's okay.
yeah, but the thing is,
Yeah.
she is one of the person that is beating the Marley family right now
Full
with a
casting.
whip. When I said
What,
beat
for
them,
casting a Trinidadian?
yes. When I said beat them, I mean literally beat them. And Pretty Dan have an audience, a big one too.
I just think that when you have a reaction to something internally, like we all do, every day, every day, you have hundreds of emotional reactions to things that happen, things you see, things you hear, things other people say, every day. We're human beings. We have internal reactions. It's what you act on and how you act on it that informs the world what your position really is, right?
Yeah.
It's how we talk about things like having prejudice and being racist. They go hand in hand, but not all the time.
Yeah.
You can have a prejudice and you can recognize that's my shit and I shouldn't put that into the world on other people.
Yeah.
And it's the choice to recognize that and not discriminate that will set you apart from others who were brought up maybe with the same kind of mentality or that have the same idea, right?
Well, you ever,
Well, let me just finish. Let me just get this out. So, okay, you can be upset. Everyone, you're allowed to be offended. Being offended never killed anyone.
Yeah.
But do the next step. You know what the next step is? Ask why. Before you tell somebody why before you tell somebody why they did it. Oh, you did this because you're a traitor. Oh, you did this because you don't care. Oh, you did this just because of the money. Oh, you did this because somebody else told you to.
Yeah.
Ask, why did you do this? Because their answer might surprise you.
Yeah, that's what I would like to get into.
More perspective.
That's what I would like to get into. You understand? Because the thing is, you know that one person can come and tell that the grass is blue, and you say, get out of here. You mentally, you're sick. And do you know that another person can come and tell you the grass is blue, but the different tone make you believe one and make you disbelieve the other. You understand? It depends on how you deliver the message. But because remember, people are like sheep. You understand? You lead them off a cliff and all of them going down headway.
Yeah.
You understand? So you have to be careful of how you say things and what you say. You understand? And I believe that a lot of Pretty Dan audience, where especially people who don't think for themselves, who is lack of thinking ability or whatever, can easily turn their back against the Marley family. I'm not gonna say that the Marley family do something good or something bad, but they did say they searched the whole Jamaica.
Yeah.
You understand? They searched Jamaica to find somebody who can play Bob. You remember what I tell you about when I go in the store to buy the shoes, clothes, no matter what it is. The moment my eyes hit on that thing, bam, I know that's the one.
Yeah.
The moment I look on it, even the brown sweatpants, I take. You realize I put it down and I go back for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because my eyes, I couldn't leave without it.
Spoke to you, and you know, it's many things are like that in life.
Yeah.
Right. That they get into your head and they don't leave.
Exactly. So when
for
Ziggy,
whatever reason, this is what I want.
Yeah. So when Ziggy searching, and then he find this person, and like he said, you understand? Maybe he just realized that I see something in this man that, you know, remind me of my father, my dad. Bam, so, use him. And I think it turned out well. I think it turned out well, but I'm just asking my people, the Jamaicans.
Why are you so upset?
Yeah, why are we so upset? Why are we so upset when we know that Jamaicans are some of the hardest people to work with? Yeah, we are the best at everything. And also the best of being the worst.
But it's not necessarily that's the reason why.
We don't know, but I want to know why they are so angry. Like, why everybody's on the internet killing the Marley family when you should be like, come on. It's a good movie. Maybe just
stay interested until the movie actually comes out. You can watch it. You can make up your own mind on the actual evidence.
I see some tiny clips floating around on the internet, and I think this movie is a good movie. And it will be a good movie, and I cannot wait to watch it.
But also, sometimes you have to big picture it, okay? Do you want to make a movie that accurately and to the best of its ability portrays
this fucking snow is on the hind, man. The snow never stop falling.
Do you want to make a movie that most accurately portrays this person and the life that he lived and does justice to his memory? Or not? Because if you do, you have to understand that people are going to work their hardest and make the choices that they feel are the best.
Yeah.
And listen, when it comes to cinema, somebody's always going to be unhappy. When it comes to anything creative, people have what's called creative differences. Okay?
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't work with people because of creative differences. You just can't see eye to eye enough on certain situations to continue working alongside people.
No.
Sometimes you just have to trust that the person in charge of this project is the best person to be in charge of this project, and that means you simply have to accept that whatever they decide, whatever they choose, whatever direction they go in is the right one for them and their movie. Making this movie doesn't mean that somebody can never make another movie about Bob Marley.
Yeah. What about if Hollywood did make that movie? What about if it wasn't the Marley family? What about if it was Hollywood and they get used only white actors? You understand? That would be also another thing. And I think I just think that we Jamaicans need to sometimes understand, you know, what business is. Because I bet you, if we never come out talking about this, who is the you know, the origin of the actor, where he's from.
Yeah.
I promise you, the rest of the world don't give a fuck. All they care about is watching the movie, because people love Bob from all over the world.
Right.
Old and young. That is one person that never stop talking about. Bob Marley getting fresher and fresher every day. Look at how many great people. Even Michael Jackson, one of the biggest thing in the world. People talk about Bob Marley more than they talk about Michael Jackson. You understand? Elvis Presley.
I mean, yeah.
And all of these great people. Bob Marley is still leading. Bob Marley name is everywhere you can think of. Everywhere. Because remember now, Bob Marley is like what you say, like put Jamaica to the front. You understand? Bob Marley is the one who really put Jamaica to the front, especially Rasta.
Yeah.
You think Rasta could walk around freely in Jamaica? The same Jamaica that they saying that they should use, you know, to play Bob Marley. You think Rasta could walk around in Jamaica? Yeah. They shoot them, man. Catch them and trim them. You think you have to trim, you have to cut nice. You understand? You couldn't go to school or anything with no dreadlocks. No. You're crazy, man. Jamaican fight everything Jamaican
I mean,
do.
look, the director is an American man, right? From the Bronx. Of this movie, yeah?
The what?
The director of the movie is an American man.
Yeah.
But it does say, Bob Marley's son, Ziggy Marley, heavily influenced and approved the casting of Kingsley Ben Adir as the cinematic portrayal of his late father. Now, if he had said no, we don't know that they wouldn't still have picked this guy. We don't know. No.
Maybe they would
I don't think it's fair to say, oh, the Marley family has all that power. They don't.
No. I'm learning something new.
So
read again. Read again for the one who's sitting in the back.
No. So, okay. This is just, it's just trivia from IMDb about the movie before it's come out.
Yeah, but I just wanted to
Bob
read it.
Marley's son, Ziggy Marley, heavily influenced and approved the casting of Kingsley Ben Adir, that's the name of the man, as the cinematic portrayal of his late father. So he influenced it.
I need that for my tiger. I need that for my tiger.
Okay. So he influenced and approved, right? Now, we don't know that if he had not suggested this man and said, I am happy for him to play my father, that they wouldn't have just gone with him anyway, the production company. They may still have decided, even without Ziggy Marley's approval. We're still going to do it because it's still the right guy. So, and now listen, if he hadn't done that, right, would we then be upset? You'd just be putting the blame somewhere else.
Yeah. So
I'm just
what
saying.
What this is saying that it's not Ziggy Marley who
he didn't have the full choice.
Power.
No, but he.
All right, Jamaicans, for the one that's sitting in the back, say it one more time for them, so they can ease up off Ziggy Marley for a second.
Yeah, he didn't have the choice.
Yeah.
But he influenced it, which means reading between the lines, he may have suggested this person.
Yeah.
Maybe if he hadn't, they would have gone with an American actor. Maybe they would have gone with a British actor.
So maybe Jamaicans killing Ziggy Marley right now, and this is the closest Ziggy could get to his own culture.
I'm just saying don't know.
Yeah, but maybe this
is why
could be,
you should ask why.
All right, because this can be the closest he's getting to his culture. Like, okay.
This is at least Caribbean. Right?
Yeah, he's from Trinidad, right next door.
Right.
Yes, and what about if Ziggy did say no, or maybe never suggest this man, and then when you look, it's a white man come out.
Let's
well make up and paint up black.
Let's find out who was in charge of casting.
Yeah, or before you read
One Love.
I believe that is going to be one of the biggest movie ever made.
So let's see. So Bob Marley One Love is a 2024 American biographical musical drama. So straight out of the gate, you know that this movie is American.
Yeah.
It's a film directed by Ronaldo Marcus Green, who co-wrote the screenplay. This is the guy who directed it. He's American, with Terrence Winter, Frankie Flowers, and Zach Balin. It's based on the life of reggae singer and songwriter Bob Marley from his rise to fame in the mid-1970s up until his death in 1981. The film stars Kingsley Ben Adir as Marley alongside Lashana Lynch as Risa Marley and James Norton as Chris Blackwell. Screenplay story produced by, starring, edited, music, production, release, budget. I'm trying to find casting. I'll find casting. Let's see.
Or if I'm finding it as you're almost at work. And I want the one that is sitting in the back to hear it before.
I don't know if I can necessarily find all the information.
Yeah, but I think we it's kind of.
Okay, so Paramount Pictures. Let's see. Yeah, Paramount Pictures is producing it. Like, let me just explain to you. Even if we can't find out who's in, even if you looked at the names of who was in charge, they're only hired for casting, right? That's their job. The Marley family is not in charge of casting.
All right,
but I'm sure that respectfully, it sounds like this production company and the director have listened to Ziggy Marley's suggestions and they've gotten his approval for this guy. Okay, that's a very respectful thing to do. They don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
So
right?
people in the back, stop beating Ziggy Marley. Do some research and see who is in charge of this movie. You know, because we're killing our own people right now who maybe don't even, you know, have a hand in what we're killing them for. So give them a chance. You understand? Give them a chance. And let us, you know, support, you know, the movie. Let us support the movie because, come on, man, that's the greatest, that's the king of reggae. And that's a Jamaican. We should be glad for that. You understand? We should be glad that, you know, somebody documenting that kind of history. Because, come on, somebody have to do it. We cannot just let Bob Marley just go on like that. We have to, somebody have to.
Yeah.
Have to, like, because if this person never do it, somebody else have to do it. That's Bob Marley.
One love.
Yeah, that's Bob Marley. We cannot let that just pass. So
Yeah.
we're grateful. I'm happy to know that I'm around to see that movie. You understand?
I think it sounds like it's certainly worth a watch.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
sometimes when you look at this is not real life, this is a movie. So this is a portrayal of life. And the thing about portraying life is if you just try to get every detail right, like here's the thing, if they cast somebody who looked exactly like Bob Marley, but he did a terrible job of acting like
still
Bob
gonna
Marley,
kill him.
right.
Yeah.
So you have to pick what
Yeah.
do you want.
So, people, let us look forward to see this movie. And Jamaicans, let us support the movie, man. That's Bob Marley. Don't care about who play who and whose pocket gonna be full and who pocket gonna be. Just let us be grateful that somebody document one of the greatest man on planet Earth. That, you understand? So give thanks, big up on yourself, bless up on yourself. Remember to like and subscribe to all the channel. You understand? Especially Martha Let's Talk and Martha.
Oh, the audiobook channel Let's Listen.
Yeah. Give thanks to Rastafari. Rastafari is life every time. Give thanks.
Every time.
Go on the road.